focus today. Elizabeth, you wanted to say something?
Yes.
Good, go.
This word keeps coming up, hate. We've never said we hated. And first of all, I wasn't brought up in the Klan. I've only been in the Klan 6 years. I knew nothing about the Klan.
Have you read any
6 years ago, when I first took some literature from the Klan, and see they stood up against drugs, that's what motivated me to join the Klan.
You joined the Klan for its anti-drug stance.
We get out and protest drugs.
Good.
Where law officers
let me
won't
ask...
even go in the communities where we go and protest drugs.
Okay, good.
They
May I ask you a question?
To go.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you remember the Birmingham, Alabama church bombing?
I do.
Little black child was killed?
I do.
Do you remember the lynchings in the South? Hundreds?
I remember it.
Over the years?
All of it. All of it.
And do you know the connection of the KKK and the other Aryan supremacist groups to those hate crimes?
I've heard that.
The violence and the murder?
But that's not our groups. That's not our groups. That's not our groups.
A fire and a regular dispatch was requested to put a fire out, and the response was not made properly. In that fire, because it was in a colored neighborhood, 2 children died. A later investigation by the Center for Democratic Renewal discovered that the fire chief was a den commander, and 3 of the people on the fire department were in fact involved in the Klan. That's hate.
You never proved them people belong to the Klan. You never, nobody proved that these people belong to the Klan.
No, the case wasn't dismissed.
It was dismissed.
You need to get your facts together because you don't even know what you're talking about, man. These people was never proved.
Danny, did you spend time in prison
today?
I served 17 days.
17 days in prison?
Right. Well, it wasn't prison, it was a jail.
Charge. I was standing by Danny when the charges was made. He's supposed to have a gun. He couldn't find a gun. How could he threaten to shoot somebody when he didn't have a gun?
He was convicted. Obviously, someone thought he was guilty beyond the reasonable doubt.
12 Klansmen in this neighborhood, and there was 1,000 blacks around us, and they bombed up that charge to get us out.
Okay.
To keep her right down.
My question's to Lisa. What are you going to do when Amber grows up and decides maybe to make her own decisions?
Well, that's going to be her own decision. I'm not going
to marry a black man.
No.
You can't tell her what to do.
I can tell her what to do until she's old enough to decide.
So what if she's older and she decides to marry a black man? Are you going to
still love
disown
her because she's my kid, but that don't mean I have to agree with what she did.
Will you love her grandchildren, your grandchildren?
I don't know if I could or not.
The white part of them, maybe.
Yes.
I would like.
We'll think about that when we get to it.
I would like to applaud the 2 young ladies on the left and Donna. I applaud their character.
I want to say 2 comments to all of you over here. First of all, I have a best friend. Okay, he's black. His name is Mark. Okay, he went to surf with Desert Storm. Okay, and he was in a tank that got hit with 3 white men, okay? He saved all 3 of their lives. Now, what if he thought, oh, no, they're white. Let me leave them here, okay? What if he thought that? They would have died. No, he's the only one. He's the only one. Another thing is, what if your husbands went to Florida and got a light, real dark tan? Would you hate him?
No.
I'll go back many years down in North Carolina. I was stranded one time down there.
I guess the black
Plenty of white cars.
up.
When I wanted to get back to my encampment, they went by me. A nice black fellow picked me up. Where do you want to go, fella? And took me where I wanted to go.
And I've opened the door for elderly black ladies and black people,
you know?
too. But that's a good white part of you.
I see you as something that God gave to you, and He creates beauty. He always creates beauty. But why do you hide it with an ugly thing that stands for such unreality over there? You know, I don't even know whether your child is black or white. All I see is that ugly thing you've got on him, which stands for hate.
It's a her.
I don't understand how we
I have a daughter, not a boy.
We do not believe in race. We do not believe in mixing with Mexicans, Spanish. How do you just get on the black? Every time you want to get on race, you want to get on black. We're not racist just against black. We believe in races for your own race.
Up until 40 years ago, everybody had the feeling that these people got.
Spanish should stay with, you know, you should stay with your own race.
I should?
Why do you always want to get on black?
Darlene.
Should I stay with my own race?
Darlene, what's your address?
If you want to know how we feel and how we feel about the true race, write P.O. Box 446 Oakwood, Georgia, and we'll let you know.
Thank you.
305.
We'll be right back.
For transcripts, please send $4 to Journal Graphics, Geraldo Transcripts, 267 Broadway, New York, 10007. Or call 212-227-READ.
This, of course, is Viola. Viola, as you may know, has been to over 800 tapings of the Geraldo show, and I noticed you getting a little angry there. Well, first let me get a little kiss there. So what do you think about what you've heard?
Yes, I want to ask this lady. Earlier you made reference to the Bible, and you said God created man. God created only one man. There's no place in the Bible that tells us that God created black or white. It was one man, and all descendants
God
of the
created
world.
more than one color, or you wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be here. We're two different colors altogether.
One man he created.
Right.
And he took from that one man and he made Eve. He created Adam and took it from Adam and he made Eve. And from thence, everybody in this world came from those two people.
But God...
Wait. Now, Darlene, I know you've heard of Adam and Eve.
Everybody did not come from
Well,
those
Danny,
two
will
people.
you quiet down? Your wife already said in the commercial break that you're stealing her airtime. Were you buttoning your lip? Go ahead, Darlene. What about Adam and Eve?
God created the blacks, and he created the whites. If God wanted us all to be one race, he would have made us all the same color. God did not intend for us to mix.
That tells you that.
Maybe they have an abridged version. Yes, Douglas.
I teach Bible study. I teach Bible study in the Catholic
you don't know
Church
nothing.
and have for 2 years.
You already
And I've
proved
never,
how ignorant
I've
you are. You
never
don't know who
read
broke the law.
anywhere in the Bible that it says that. Nowhere does it say
I mean,
that.
your ignorance is ignorant, and this man really shows. You know, I think you're the same guy in my book.
Wait.
A woman won't be dragged, but
How are
honey,
you at PTA
you're
meetings?
wrong. Hey, I'm great at anything I do.
Yes, Douglas.
There's where the black people came from when he put a curse on
Oh,
them.
Elizabeth, let Douglas
You know
talk.
what?
Why don't you leave the elder-in-law? Listen, say what you want to say.
What it really gets down to is that what you see, these
You
people
ain't had no
really
respect.
believe
Your
this.
mother didn't
And I
raise
think
you
that's
right.
probably the most important
You're
thing.
terrible.
In 2.5 years,
You
the
need to belong to
preponderance
the
of the people,
heads.
first, second, and third generation, and the little child that by the time she's 10 years old, she will know no better. They don't know any better, and they do think we're
They
ignorant.
do know better. We raise them babies from the time we give birth to them babies. We raise them babies to stay with their own kind.
Okay.
Now, if your parents didn't raise you that way, I know their parents is awful. I know their parents is awful disappointed.
Yes, sir.
And don't tell me to be quiet.
I see you're trying to create a master race. Well, you have a problem. But I'll tell you how you can solve that problem. You should go to one of the islands in the South Pacific somewhere, so you'll be all alone, so you won't have to worry about no niggas or anybody else.
And take that funny-looking lady with you.
I have a question for them.
First.
You say that you don't hate black people.
We don't hate nobody.
Okay, do you love them?
Wait, let's ask Dana. We haven't heard from Dana, because Darlene's been kind of monopolizing.
I don't
hate anybody.
Okay, do you love them?
We respect them. We respect their race.
I respect who they are. I work with black people. I work with black people.
I love the dog
respect
too,
them.
but that don't mean because it's black, I ain't gonna give it food.
Do you kiss your dog?
She ain't gonna kiss no nigger.
Why?
Why?
Then you don't love everybody.
Well, go in there and kiss that one over there, then. That'd make me happy.
You're getting a headache.
Let me address
Yes.
something. The guy a while ago was talking about the Operation Desert Storm.
Ask what their education level is, because they talk so illiterate, and I was wondering. And I was wondering if there's a correlation, because it seems people with more education are less likely to be prejudiced than the ones that don't have higher education.
Not make us ignorant.
I would have had an education if it hadn't have been for the niggers.
On that note, I think we better take a break.
Good afternoon.
You know, we've established our 1-900-SPEAK-UP number. If you have a comment about today's show, a story idea, or if you really want to advance this story at all, please give us a call, 1-900-SPEAK-UP. The call costs $1. We look forward to hearing from you, 1-900-SPEAK-UP. Okay, we only have about a minute left. I'm going to, let's see, who haven't we heard much from? Let's go to Anita. Elizabeth, had your hand up. Anita.
Mm-hmm.
Give me, 30 seconds on your greatest goals and aspirations in life. What do you hope for yourself?
I plan to attend college and have some kind of job where I don't have to be around a nigger.
Suppose you're